Okay, I'd like to call to order the Berea Tourism Commission meeting of Wednesday, October 11th, 2023 in council chambers. We'll have a start for a roll call. Rick Thomas.
Here.
Becky Brown.
Here.
Of course, Bill West, I'm present. Aaron Crawford.
Here.
Laura Carpenter is absent. Chrissy Napier.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. I'd like to ask for approval of the agenda as is in front of you right now.
I make a motion to approve today's agenda.
Got a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I have a second.
We got a second. Any objections to the agenda? The agenda passes by unanimous consent. Let's go on to approval of the minutes from September 13th, 2023. They're in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the September 13th, 2023 meeting.
Have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Aaron seconds. Does anybody have any objections to the minute? Says written. The minutes pass unanimously. Now we'll have a toll update from Mr. Reed, Assistant Code Administrator, and also the project manager for our toll building project.
Hello. Last month when we met, we had just gave authorization to the contractor to begin, and they'd done some pressure washing, a little bit of painting. Since that time, they've pretty much done all the painting and the repair on the exterior of the building, the soffits and some of the rotted siding that they can until they finish the outdoor, the porch, cutting in the windows and that kind of thing. So they've wrapped up the painting on the exterior. They've started removing some trees and landscaping that gets removed. Starting early last week, they did the demo of the ceilings in the building, everything that gets demolished. Leaving some of the lighting for temporary construction lighting, but they've started the electrical demo. Floor coverings up, all but a few pieces of tile, maybe one or two pieces of built-in furniture. Most of that's been removed. We cutting out some of the walls that are to be removed, that kind of thing. Then the electric permit's been pulled, so we expect some interior framing and electrical rough ends in the next week or so. We expect the mechanical rough ends to begin in the next week or so. We did have a few issues that popped up during the demo, so we found two different walls that were scheduled to be demolished that had bearing points that need to stay structurally. We've met on site with the architect and design team and Miss Angel, and I don't think it's really going to change a lot of the looks of the project. If you're coming in the front door, going down the corridor, it's the left corridor wall, so kind of separating that from the workspace on the other side. So that's the only surprise we've had to date.
Brian, has the contractor presented a draw yet?
Yes, they have presented one draw for payment. It was $10,800, and it was for exterior painting. And that is probably in the process of being paid. It'll probably get paid out this week.
Does anybody have any questions for Brian?
Just one. Wintertime's coming up, and are we going to maintain heat throughout the winter while this construction going on?
The contractor is liable for anything over the normal bill, and he will only be heating it to a point to keep pipes from freezing, so not for comfort.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
I just want to say that when we met, the wall that we're speaking of was originally coming out. It actually is a good benefit for us that it's not coming out, because it actually gives us gallery wall space for decorative paintings and so forth to go on. So it worked out really just fine because we were going to take it out the way it divided the hallway from the other side, but it will open up the gallery area a lot and still give us more space to display items on and so forth. So it was a good thing.
Any other questions?
All right, thank you, Brian.
Thank you all.
Appreciate your time. Do we have any public comments? I don't see anybody in the audience, so I guess we will pass that, pass on past that. And now we have a director's report from Donna Angel.
Thank you, Mr. West. The first thing on our list I want to bring you up to date on is that Amanda Olmstead, whom was our marketing and sales representative with Right Place Media, our guru with Danny, has resigned from the company. So we are currently working directly with the president, Joel Rapp, and Joel has been very hands-on. Amanda chose to resign to stay more at home with new children and so forth, so we can all understand that. But anyway, she was a great asset to us. They are in the midst of interviewing and probably have already selected someone, so they do not expect it to be a long-term readjustment for us. We've been through this before. All companies have, I guess. So we're in good hands, and Joel has been hands-on with Nancy, Danny, and myself on all the marketing pieces, and we talk almost daily on different issues and what we've got going and what we three need to do and so forth. So I see no concerns. I am not worried. They've always been very good at everything they've said they will do, and their work comes to us for our approval endless times until we say it's a go, and Joel is that way himself, so I think we'll move right along. I think we've pretty much got our fall marketing ads in place and sent, so once we get through December, we're kind of quiet anyway on pushing out our marketing pieces, so we won't pick that up again until early spring, maybe March, April, like that. Because of the weather and so forth. But anyway, we do wish her the best, and we thank them very much for being so collaborative to work with us, and their other team members as well that are signed to work with us. But I just wanted you to know that piece. Some of the advertising and marketing that we've got going on, along with great articles, we continue to be written about through Southern Living Magazine, which is the #1 top-rated magazine out there in the South. It seems like every other week now there is a great article about Berea, Kentucky, and the different tourism aspects, the hotel pieces, the outdoor adventure pieces. So I know every week I get requests from writers that want to write about us for different things. So we're really very, very happy that we have reached a point where people really want to hear more about Berea and what we have to offer and how we include that along with other things now, like the coach buses and other pieces that we bring into the city. So it's a A-plus thing. We're tickled to death. The most recent one that came out was last week, I think, and Berea was number 26 out of 50 of the best small towns in the South. And we are that, so we're tickled to death. I have placed some photos later that you may just kind of browse through, and the article was out on Facebook as well, so we've had numerous comments and followers on that. Mayor Fraley and City Administrator Rose Beverly and I met with Micah Sams from the office of Senator Rand Paul, who was here to see and tour Berea. And we just really enjoyed being able to tell our story again through all of our local artists and craft makers, our shoppers. We have terrific industry here. We have great outdoor adventure pieces that continue to be noticed. So it's hard to say we're just one thing anymore. So we are really doing a great job. Staff has just been wonderful to keep up with all of the pieces that are going on out there that we keep expanding our avenues in. So we will be writing that story and working with them to get that out about Berea as well. Just last week, or maybe I think it was last week, we also had Southern Living Magazine that wanted to reach out to us to submit some great scenes in Berea for hiking and falls, the trees. The waterfalls are beautiful when the leaves are falling as well. So we have seen an upclimb in traffic in our city the last 2 weeks. So everyone is here in and out of the Welcome Center, scouting for places to go see the best spots for the leaves falling and changing. So we're excited to be a part of that again by Southern Living Magazine. You will find photos in the back of your packet here under the director's report for the Christmas ad that we have for, this one was for Kentucky Living Magazine and Travel Host. But the Travel Host magazine is your first one that you'll see that looks like it starts Explore at the top, but it is this year Give the Gift of Small Town Adventure. And the second page is photos that were complimentary put in the magazine for us on the mayor's Merry Mingling last year. So that was great too. I think we actually had 3 gifted spots into that ad last time. So it just shows us that people are intrigued with all of the great events that we have going on here. Our ads this year will be wonderful and pull in new things as well. Just to bring you up to speed, we do have the Madison County International Committee. Liz Todd is not here with us today. She is traveling with the delegation this year on behalf of the tourism department. Last year in November, when the Japanese delegates were here with the mayor, we did sign a memorandum of understanding to incorporate more tourism travel into Japan. And someone emailed me recently about that for more clarification. And what this program is about is that we want to recruit travel tour guides and so forth from Japan to here, that we can show our city the different pieces that they can book on their travel tours. And Ethan may share a little bit later with you, but we did have a couple of international groups that were here with us just a couple of weeks ago, and that is wonderful. International travel is where the dollars are. The people that internationally can come into America and travel just for a trip is highly living life really well, so they have surplus income, that the trips are really important to them, that it meets what they want to see and what they want to do, and not the common things that they would be seeing or doing in their country. So I think with everything that the governor has pushed toward Kentucky tourism, that the biggest thing we see is trying to promote more in travel from international companies as well. So with the visit that was here a couple of weeks ago, we had 2 countries that were here. That is really amazing. I don't have a report back status-wise on what the results and what their thoughts, views, and opinions were, but the whole purpose of that through the state tourism is to help us recruit more buses and so forth into our cities here. So again, when the state is selecting those are not coming by choice, someone just asking. Those are selected by the State Tourism Heritage Council, and they decide what's the most intriguing, exciting places that out-of-country folks would really want to see and be a part of for an engaging live experience. So we're very, very supportive of that, and we will have more coming as we move along with that. Tourism was pleased again to host the 3rd year of our Tree Week across America. We were invited 3 years ago by the University of Kentucky to participate, and Mayor Fraley was all on board with doing that. The tourism staff was certainly supportive in that as well. We enjoyed it a lot. It really did bring the community together through our school systems, our children that are involved in that, and hearing and seeing the excitement of what trees really do play a role, what kind of role they play in everyone's lives, and someone said to me after the concert the other night that we had the tree activity combined with at the pavilion, was that they really never thought about trees. Most of us don't. Out of sight, out of mind. We always notice when they're not there, but we don't always recognize what a nice tribute they offer to our lives. But from shade to fruit to building homes to many, many things, the beautification piece of that and the energy cost savings of using trees, and sheltering, all of those become a big factor with the way we plant our trees and what we plan for them to be and do. So it was a wonderful event. We were very, very pleased to host that for the 3rd year. Again, we are extending all of that out through Berea College, the Forestry Outreach Center, the libraries, several of the schools are involved. But there will be week-long activities Monday through Sunday of this week, and we're just really excited to share that with the community and ask all businesses to be a part in that as well. The Kentucky Artisan Center is thrilled to be a part of that this year, and they will host some small trail tours around the Artisan Center there as well. And the Berea tourism staff will be hosting events every day down there in the Welcome Center. So share it with all of your teachers, your children's teachers, and different things like that, that we just want to make it a bigger presence in our community of how much we love and appreciate trees for many things. And you have in your packets there a really cute picture. I absolutely love the innocence of a child and what they find just so admiring and warm. So I placed some pictures in there of the night as well, and I think Danny or Robert maybe has put out several photos as well. We want the children to grow up and to recognize that it is their community and that it is their place to learn what goes on in a community, and being a part of that and letting them learn in their other years to come of how important that is to share with other little children along the way. So we had a lot of fun planting our tree. We selected a fiery red maple tree, which is quite different than the dark maple. So we were pleasantly surprised when our assistant plant tree person with Mayor Fraley turned out to be a fiery little redhead. So it was just a delightful evening on everything to do with that. So Artisan Village, in your package, you will find the very last page of me under the director's report. You will find the another drawing of our flags for the banners for Old Town Broadway Street and around the area there. At our last meeting, we showed several different designs, and the one on the far left, my right, is the one that we kind of went with. And I think, Mr. West, you asked to see a different design with more white in the vinyl banner itself. So once again, you have this to look at, and if this is something you want to vote on today, we may do so. I do have a long time waiting to order these, and we do look like we really need them on some of our street lights down there. So if you want to vote on this today, we have a quorum, and we may do so, Mr. Chair, or if you guys would like to wait till we have a full quorum, or then we can, or a full board on that as well. But I think we did decide we like this and this one. So I will let that call be between yourselves right now, if you would like to do that or not.
Comments on whether we should vote or not?
You may think about it.
Just make a decision and go on.
Yeah, I'd move forward.
Then we'll just ask for a motion.
Laura, comment on those banners, like the general thing, what was going for.
She was very much on board. Yes, she liked them a lot.
So, do we have a motion to accept the banners as is?
I'll make a motion to accept the banners as presented.
I second.
Motion is second.
Discussion.
Discussion, anybody object?
What we have, if you don't mind, Mr. Chair, the banner on the right here is the original two. You're going to have two. One is to let the merchants hang the banners by their stores to signify they're open. The banner on this side will be going on your street poles with the existing equipment ring that we already have. We changed this color story away from this to add more white. Doesn't mean that we can't do exactly as you see here, one of each, or you may choose to make them both the same color pattern.
I like the variation.
Ms. Brown?
I like the variation as well. I think they go well together. The only thing I'll say, because I'm looking at it from a distance over here, is I don't know if it would be possible to add, and I don't know if it would look good. You know, sometimes you do something and it doesn't look how you imagined. Around the Berea, I don't know if like a white outline, because from a distance, I don't know if you all
The
see
white
that.
would help push it out.
Yeah,
more,
just
yes.
to really make it pop, but I love the color scheme, so I don't know if it's possible for us to still approve it today and then
Approve and give discretion.
let them tweak it, yeah.
Yeah, give discretion to tweak if it don't work.
Yeah, if it again, you may do it and say, oh, that
We
doesn't
said
look
that
right.
just yesterday, that the berry color, and it is a beautiful shade, the real color of the berry. It's very, very similar, but, you know, colored printers don't always give you accuracy. But with a white shadow or a white trim outline around the word Berea, that will push the word Berea out even more. So, great idea. We agree. That was my
So,
only.
passes unanimously.
Yes.
Commission report, Bob.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Just want to remind everyone that this upcoming weekend is the Kentucky Craftsman's Guild Festival, Fall Festival. It will be conducted on the Log House Cabin lawn, the Log House, Berea College Log House grounds right there. It will be Friday night, not a full day this year, but it will be like 5:30 to 9 o'clock that night. And then Saturday will be a full day up until 10 to 5 on Saturday. So I want to encourage everyone. I know we're we're all working anyway, but if anyone can have time just to go by and show your support, and we truly appreciate the Guild in our city, and it has been here and been a part of our history. So I take it pretty seriously as helping to keep that organization alive in our community. So if you have time, spread the word, family, friends, neighbors, to go spend the day with them and do some shopping. And there's a lot of stores around College Square. It is full now, wonderful shops in there. So we certainly want to support the bookstore is located there. We've got White Stitch Clothing around the corner, the ice cream shop, Boone Tavern, of course, with a great coffee shop in there, Peacecraft, Papolino. So we have a lot of great business in that immediate area. So we always want to participate in what we can and when we can. Next on our list is to bring you up to speed on fall and Christmas. We have put out fall decorations. I think Jack Frost and then not getting any water has kind of dampened our mums out here, and I think Old Town kind of shamed me when I saw how beautiful they were down there yesterday. So Nancy, kudos to you for keeping everything looking so attractive there. Just always spotless and immaculate, and the flowers looked beautiful. All the merchants have beautiful flowers, and they've kept them up very, very well. I appreciate that. Into Christmas, we've had 2 Christmas meetings now. Thank you, Becky, for working with us on that, and some others. We are keeping the theme village, Christmas in the village. That doesn't necessarily mean, as Nancy said yesterday, it's not about the village, the artisan village. We are a city, we are a village, and this Christmas is to unite and celebrate all of us in Berea, and to have a piece and a part of community kindness at that time. So we want to keep that theme. We will ask all the merchants in town and all across town to join in with us on that. I've shared that with Berea College yesterday, so they're excited to be a part again. But we will use the traditional color stories of an old-fashioned Christmas, being red, gold, Christmas, red, gold, silver, and green. So going back in time, I think from a few minutes ago, we all forget how wonderful it was as a child to grow up in an old-fashioned Christmas. And Ethan mentioned yesterday stringing popcorn, and I said, gee, I didn't even do that, you know. So things like that are wonderful memories that we don't ever want to forget what Christmas means, and we want to work closely with the Chamber in any way we can to pull off another great Christmas in the college, Kentucky Artisan Center, all of our good collaborative partners in the community. We want to be there for them. We will be hosting the Mayor's Merry Mingling this Saturday right after Thanksgiving. I remind you that that is Shop Small Saturday. That is our biggest shopping day of the year for Berea. The merchants all over town live for that. Our gas stations are hustling that day. The restaurants are full. The vibe in the air is just extraordinary to feel the excitement of going into the season. We have a major marketing push that will roll out that week as well to help push off all of the Christmas buying power that we want for our city. Danny will be doing again the poster and meeting with the merchants in town who wants to supply an item or offer an item at a certain level of price, and let them be a part of the poster that we'll have to unite the whole town again. Not everyone can always come and pick up 10 different $100 items, but they can get multiple $25 items for family and friends and neighbors. So we want to be able to offer a price range in our town that is welcoming to anyone that comes, whether they're coming to shop or just here to visit with holiday family. So we will be having the event on the cabin lawn on Old Town, down in Old Town. On that Saturday, we are doing 5:30 to 7:30. It may be very, very cold. It will be an exciting, like it was last year. We jumped from about 100 people to 300. So we're prepared this year to block off just a small section of the street behind us there so that we can have chairs for a few more people. We do want to invite more schools, and Danny, I won't pop your balloon if you're going to talk about it. Did you have it on yours? But we do have more events that we are going to have going on during that time, as well as our standard wonderful hot cocoa, and she'll tell you something else about cocoa coming up there too. But I was very happy today when we were offered the opportunity to have the Madison Southern High School band that will be in competition in October, but they will also have offered to come and perform. The only piece we missed in our meeting yesterday was we had no music, other than playlists. So they will be performing for us that on Christmas that day for the event as well. So we look forward to having a wonderful event with them there to play for us that night as well. So we do need a little bit more room. Our lawn filled up last year with the fire pits and all the children that needed space for running and chasing the fire. So we appreciate all of that, but it'll be another exciting year. So we want you in advance to know and to put it on your calendars and come down and spend a couple of hours. Tourism is our business, and the more we put out with different events and activities, then the more people want to come and visit us. So you guys make that happen for us. In the lane report, I just wanted to share this with you. We have great collaboration with Madison County, everyone here as a city, tourisms and so forth. But Richmond, I'm very, very proud of them. The Richmond and Bowling Green tied as the fastest growing cities in the state of Kentucky, which is absolutely wonderful. 36,129 Richmond population was a 3.5% increase over 21 versus Richmond. I don't have the other one there, I'm sorry. But Richmond is now the 7th largest city in the state. We're pleased for them and happy that their city is growing, and we continuously partner with them in ways that we can, and we're very proud and support them as they are equally back to us on many events, where it's the great battlefield of Richmond that we get to participate in each year. And a shout out, I never remember to thank our Public Works team, because they're awesome about taking one of our tents to allow them more space, sheltered space, to be able to participate in that day. And they just do a great job and set up and tear down, and we appreciate them being able to share that, and the guys are always great doing that. So we're very pleased to share in their excitement for the city of Richmond as well, as they would be for us. Fall decorations up in Old Town as well, and already said that, Nancy, but please thank Wendy and all of the staff down there. They constantly water, they nurture those plants all year long. They may carry buckets, they may carry and walk the street. We got them a golf cart, we got them a water sprayer on the back, but they still have their way set of how they want to water the flowers. So they are wonderful. We let them water any way they want to, but they really care about the perception that a motor coach bus might see when they pull in, a tourist that might walk in for directions, a local school that comes down. Beautification is a vital part of attracting people to your city. So we strive hard to do that with the limited funds that we have, but that's our joy to do that, and we look wonderful all the time in my eyes. That will conclude the items that I have to discuss, and I will answer any questions that you might have. Anyone?
Got one small question. Do we know how old's the Kentucky Guild?
60 some odd years old, Nancy, 60 plus.
Got some age on
It's a wonderful tribute. Yeah, it
it.
is.
Wow.
And they're wonderful people, and we enjoy working with them.
All right, thank you, Donna. We'll move on to the staff reports. And first up is Ethan, the motor coach specialist.
Good afternoon. I'll make this quick, and we'll run through what happened in September. So we had 6 groups. That includes one that stood out is the Partners for Rural Impact group that we had. That was roughly, I'll say approximately 170 people. They had a few that couldn't make it, so probably around 150. That was great. We did drinks, snacks, entertainment on the grounds, artist demos. Thank you, Becky, for your participation in that. That was really good. They really liked our hospitality, said it was unmatched. They're going to be doing a spring conference as well, so maybe in the next year we can try to get them back down there. We do have a banner that has their name on it, so I'd like to get more than one use out of it. I do want to express my gratitude to Robert, Elam. Like Donna was saying, our part-time team does a lot for us, and they're always helping out with the motor coach buses in my groups. So Robert helped out with drone footage and getting pictures of the buses, and that really goes a long way because we can use that in our marketing. So I want to thank him personally, and then the rest of our staff that was down there for helping get everything set up for him, cleaning up. I really do appreciate that. That was a big task. Like Donna had said, we had a group from the State Tourism Department that included visitors from United Kingdom and Germany. I want to thank Katie Startzman and her team at Native Bagel for hosting them for breakfast that following morning. That was a really big help, and that goes a long way. What they'll do is they'll take that itinerary back overseas and they will build something out of that, try to sell it, and that's how they make a living. And then they go back and they tell what they saw and what they ate. So that turned out really good. So thank you to her and her team. October has started on a high note. We already have 6 groups scheduled to visit our town. Among those groups, we are excited to host 2 school groups. One is the Madison County Youth Development Program, and then we will have 100 4th graders coming at the end of the month from Hunter Hills Elementary School. So we'll be having 8 artists that will be demoing that day, and they'll do 20-minute rotations, and then they'll join us for lunch, either depending on the weather, inside the Folk Center or outside at Memorial Park. What else? Additionally, I'm curious to hear Aaron and Bill's thoughts about the car group that we've had this week and how that went. Wave 1 is currently here, and then Wave 2 will be coming soon, so that'll be really exciting. I saw the photos on Facebook. Beautiful cars. So yeah, that is what has been going on with that. And then lastly, I want to tell you all that, last Monday I gave Donna my notice for my resignation. So Friday the 13th, what a terrible day to be your last day. But that will be my last day with Berea Tourism. So I want to thank you all for being so kind to let me work for the city, especially since I'm kind of a transplant. I'm not from here. It's been great. I enjoy it. I want to let you know that it's nothing to do with the job. I just miss home. So I want to thank you all for that. And then if you have any questions, I will answer those as well. I told you to be quick.
Well, Ethan, I want to thank you for your service. I've seen a lot of growth in the groups and that's came to town, and they've grown both, I think, in quantity and quality. And to answer your question about the Grass Street Motorsports, we've hosted them twice, and they're definitely have an economic impact on town. They've came to enjoy the whole town. By the reports back to me, I've intermingled with them twice, as they've had very good. The whole experience been very good for them. That they'll probably will repeat it, and that their feedback from their customers are very well. It's very good, and pretty trouble-free bunch for us, and we've enjoyed having them. Ethan, you-
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been with them for breakfast every day this week so far, and they've seemed like they're having a good time. Been up at about 5 a.m. So
and they don't go to bed early either.
they do not go to bed early.
So,
No,
so they're gonna go home tired.
yeah, exactly. But I know it's also drawing attention with the cars around, and you know, I'm not sure where they've been going every day. I know they have a meeting and they decide where they're going,
Yeah.
but it's been interesting to hear some of them what they're telling us when they come back.
Today's Horse Farm Day.
Is it Horse Farm Day? Okay, gotcha.
Yesterday was Distillery Day.
Yeah,
So they've
that's why they were in such.
they
a
have
good
a
mood
lot
when
of
they came.
targets, and the Berea thing. They have a lot of targets in this area, and it's outside Berea. They consider Berea as a charming place and a very good host town, and we've enjoyed having them. I think they've enjoyed being here. I think you'll see them again.
Good deal. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Anything else?
Ethan, I'll just say, I appreciate the energy and the new ideas you brought to the job.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
We'll try to get that car show worked out next year. I'll text Donna and I'll remind her.
There you go.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say thank you as well as a demonstrating artist. You did bring a lot of energy and passion to the position, and best of luck with your new endeavors.
Okay, next up is our program manager, Danny. For Liz Todd, excuse me. Liz Todd, Danny stepping.
I'm Liz Todd. I'll be your pretend program manager for the day. So while Liz is in Japan learning all kinds of amazing things, she did leave me her report. And we would be remiss if we didn't talk about some of the incredible things that are going on with Learn Shops right now. Before I get to that, though, as I said, she is in Japan, but she wanted to make sure that you knew that she was going prepared with questions and discussions. She's looking to talk to the local tourism in Hokuto about how they supported local artists during the pandemic, their challenges, their triumphs, growing local business, and their economic development, along with unique ways to encourage tourism and to support artist mentor programs. So these are a lot of the things that she's hoping to talk about while she's there. She also says that she is working with Donna and Kent Gilbert on ideas for a potential artist exchange program for both high school and middle school age groups. So that's pretty exciting. So on to the Learn Shops. With KEDC, I know she talked about this a little bit last time, the Kentucky Educational Development Corporation. This is a program that she has worked on facilitating along with Donna and Wendy King from the KEDC. This program runs September of this year through May of next year with classes every month. Now, the entire purpose of this program is to educate the educators in ways that they can translate these lessons back to their classroom, to be able to provide more of a hands-on learning environment for the students when they get back. We have already had the first couple classes. The first one was on September 9th. It was called A History of Kentucky, a Metal Worker's Perspective, the Vital Function in Shaping the State. This was taught by Jeff Farmer. It was a blacksmithing class where he not only showed the entire process, his process in blacksmithing, he talked about the history of blacksmithing in the United States from the 1700s to now. So this program really focuses on not just the art, but the culture and history around it. So it creates, these are longer classes than the Learn Shops because the Learn Shops typically focus on just the creation. But this gives you sort of a well-rounded view and something that they could take back to their classrooms. Another class that we have already had was Gourds in Kentucky, and anyone who was in City Hall during that class knows about it because they were burning gourds. There were about 25 of them all at the same time in the basement, and it smelled like it. That said, I did get to watch a considerable amount of that class, and they had a wonderful time with that and learned a lot of art techniques that you can use not just in gourd burning or wood burning, but things that they could take back to their classroom and use as well. We do have 2 more coming up for October. The first one is later this week. It is the Mountain Music of Appalachia, Song Catchers, Murder Ballads, and That High Lonesome Sound. That's taught by Chip Bailey. We actually offered that class for the very first time in the Learn Shops during the festival, and it was our first class to sell out. It was also one of our only classes that didn't come away with a tangible product for them to take home. But people were so interested in it that Liz decided to offer it for KEDC, and they just immediately took it. They were so excited. We will also be having carving on clay with John Dazzo, slab building and functional pottery with John Dazzo, and sorry, I lost my place. A painting class with Pat Banks as well. We have also gone ahead and started marketing for the Make It, Take It, Give It Learn Shops. This is going to be December 1st through 3rd and 8th through 10th, so just 2 long weekends. And we're looking right now at 22 class options, which a little birdie told me that there might be more when little birdie comes back from Japan. So, and a lot of that is honestly happening because our classes are selling out. We haven't pushed the marketing hard yet. We had 1 class to sell out before we even opened it to the public. Because what we typically do is people who have been in these classes before or people who have shown great interest, they get on our newsletter mailing list, and we send that out on a Friday, and then we put it on our social media on Monday. So they have 3 days to sign up and be, sort of that exclusive chance, since that's our way of thanking them for being a part of it, beforehand. So we had 1 class sell out, and then 1 sell out the same day, I believe, that we opened it, and that was one of Miss Becky's ornament classes. So we're seeing a lot of attention there, so we're pretty excited about that. And we're going to have 8 new classes. So she did not list them all out for me, and I cannot think of them all off the top of my head. So I highly suggest getting on Eventbrite and looking them up. You can see the whole list on the Learn Shops page. If anyone needs the link to that, just let me know. That is pretty much all we have for Liz. And if you have any questions, I can try to answer, but it would probably be best coming from her. I mean, she is the expert.
Thank you, Danny.
I'd like to just comment back, Danny, right quickly. Thank you for doing her report. The KEDC program is really an amazing piece to add to any community. And once again, Berea was selected over Paducah or anywhere else to house something like this. We will always host them. We will find our jobs are simple compared to what the state is doing and so forth, but we will host them in our different locations that we can find spaces for to do the classes in, and it's a wonderful piece because the state takes care of all the expenses on their end. We have no major paperwork of anything that we have to do. We just need to be supportive, smile, find them locations to teach the classes, and welcome maybe 55, 57 different counties of educators that will be coming here for the next year to stay overnight with us in our hotels for 2 nights, eat with us, shop with us, and explore Berea. So we feel like we're the lucky ones here by all means. So we're proud of Liz to bring that to my attention. We appreciate the program.
All right, next up is our operations manager report by Nancy.
Good evening. So thank you for the kind words earlier. We do have a robust checklist that our team seems to follow quite well each day and each week to make sure that we've got all of our grounds are cleaned up and buildings are maintained and cleaned, waters are flowered, flowers are watered, and all of that. So thank you very much. We take great pride in our community and want to make sure that it looks nice for all of our visitors. And a lot of times my reports may not have a whole lot of content for you because I'm hands-on with our team, making sure that all of these items are taken care of for all of our visitors to come. So September, we had 2,253 visitors at the Berea Welcome Center. Those are walk-in visitors. This is the highest number since 2016. So we're seeing the increased visitor count as we continue on through the year. Speaking of our team and our daily checklists, a lot of times our team has different projects that they work on for us to help us serve all of those visitors that are coming to town. Years ago, we had a restaurant book, a menu book that we had available for all of our visitors to flip through, or they can choose where they might want to eat. And we got away from that with COVID, and recently we went back to that, and we're really proud of this project. And two of our part-time team members worked very hard on this. They're still collecting menus, but this has been used pretty much, I don't know, by at least half of our visitors each day at the Welcome Center when it's mealtime. So it's been great. It's available in our front lobby. There's a plastic sleeve for every restaurant in town. Robert and Charlene both worked very, very hard on this. They've created QR codes. Robert's created QR codes that will take you to menu on their online menus if they have them, or if you place an order online for food for carry out. Phone numbers, addresses, and there's a separate QR codes that you can GPS your way from our facility wherever it is that you may want to eat. So we're very proud of this book. We're excited to have it, and I know there's a couple more restaurants that we need to collect menus for to get in this book, but they still have their page in there with their directions and a link to their online presence. So we're very excited to have that. In addition, we've got a lot of our team members continue to help and support other efforts and initiatives. We really like this whole team support and effort. We all have so many great talents that we can use, and they just shine very strong a lot of the times. So Robert and Ted, even when they're not on the clock, you will see them at every music event in Berea taking pictures. Every race run, they're there. They're taking pictures. They've made it to the golf course and took pictures. They're always out and about. They enjoy it. They love it. And we are just so happy to have them on our team, providing all of the great images and videography that they do. And they're just passionate about it. So a lot of times they're not doing it just because they work for Berea Tourism, but they live it, breathe it, love it. And we're just so lucky to have them on our team. All of our other part-time team members as well, they each and every one have great qualities and strengths. We have a lot of people that are so good at talking to people coming in our front door. They make sure that everything is dusted and clean. They know every event. We have one lady, Sierra, she does all of our event listings for in-house, so she goes through everything Danny puts out and makes sure that all of our front desk staff know about every event that Danny's marketing and pushing out. They're just all so great from all of that type of work that they do. We've got a couple other folks on our team that make sure that there isn't a piece of trash that doesn't get picked up or a trash can that doesn't get emptied. You know, all of those things make our Berea so special and such a great place to welcome our visitors. Speaking of trash, we've noticed that with the addition of a new restaurant in the Old Town Artisan Village, that our front lawn is being widely used. And those great patio umbrellas that we put out have just been amazing. People are out there using our patio tables all the time, even in the cooler weather. And we know that people are enjoying those restaurants because our trash cans seem to start overflowing now about twice a week. So we're excited to see these new restaurants and eateries in town. We're excited to have these additions. And our team now has realized that there's some other projects and cleanup work that we also have to pay attention to keep it a lovely place for people to enjoy. But yes, they are loving the new eateries and the places, and thank you all so much for supporting having those patio tables and umbrellas on our front lawn, because they've been very receptive and used. So it's been great to see families and lots of folks out there enjoying those. So Some other projects that we're continuing to work on now, now that we've got through a lot of our big major events, we're picked back up on our inventory projects, making sure that we've got everything listed out for Donna and all of our administration, looking at insurance and different things like that, just making sure that we know everything that we've got on our grounds and in our buildings. It seems like each month or something changes, or you've got to just keep everything updated. So we're making sure we've got all that updated and tied back together. And we talked a little bit about how our staff has a daily checklist, but we work off that every day. There's a whole list of things for our folks to make sure that we're doing each day, making sure our grounds and everything is clean and picked up. And this time of year, we're preparing for the cooler months. So soon we'll probably put those patio umbrellas away, and we've been cleaning out some of the flower boxes as plants are just getting hit by frost and dying. So we're trying to keep that clean appearance for everyone. And I know a lot of folks, Donna and Danny soon will be talking about a lot of the different events coming up, but we've been busy planning events and looking at decorations and plans for the winter holiday months. And this month we had Tree Week already, but or we're in the middle of Tree Week, and at the end of the month, Sierra and myself will participate in Halloween at the park. So the Berea Parks Department always has that trick-or-treat option where you can walk the trail at Berea City Park, and it's on Halloween itself. And so that evening we will be there handing out candy on behalf of Berea Tourism and Business Development. And that's pretty much all that I have for you all. So if you have any questions or comments or anything for me.
Any questions?
Giant thank you, Nancy, for all you do and everybody else down there that really shows a passionate heart for them. Thank you.
I don't have a question, but I have a comment. The photography and videography I really enjoy personally. I think it's very visual, and I look forward to. They do get around a lot, which is impressive, and you can't be at things, and it really is impressive the work they're doing.
And it's fall, and so they're looking for, they just can't wait for the colors to change and to get new shots everywhere. I know if you follow either of them on Facebook, you've seen Owsley Fork and some video and photos of that here last week, and the colors are starting to change. So it's going to be a great fall destination for folks.
And I've personally spent some time down at the visitor center and watched them. They're very hospitable, and they really engage really well. It's impressive. Thank you. And now we'll have the Assistant Director's report from Danny.
Okay, well, I will keep this super short because I know we have other things that we need to get to. But a couple things that I've been working on. I'm currently working on a Shop Small Saturday video project. Really trying to get out there and record interviews from our local business owners about what Shop Small means to them and what supporting small business means to them. I currently have interviews scheduled with Peacecraft and Sunhouse Craft, the Cabin of Old Town, and Lindsay Gallery. So if anyone wants to be a part of that, just let me know. I would like to get as many as possible. If I end up having to do 2 videos, then I'll just do 2. And we'll really push that out there hard going into November. So Crossroads TV show, this is something brand new for us. It's part of our paid marketing package. This is a TV show out of Louisville that is coming here to film. They will film a 22-minute show, but then they will also have several 3-minute segments and a couple 60-second segments to help promote their show. They're going to do an outdoor piece, an arts piece, and a food piece. So Donna and I have been working with them to put that together. It's pretty exciting. The final Chestnut Street Pavilion concert is this weekend with Nick Cassetta. So we have seen tremendous growth in that this year. I've been keeping track of the numbers based on last year, and we're seeing relatively about a 30 to 40% growth in numbers every single night. So so we're pretty excited about that, and happy to keep that going. Even though it's a little bit colder now, we'll just grab a jacket, grab a blanket, and enjoy it anyway. So working on the Mayor's Merry Mingling, we got, I sent a message out to all of the business owners, just saying, you know, what our theme was for the year, what we were looking at doing, and if anyone had any ideas on how they wanted to contribute. And Peacecraft immediately reached out to us and said that they would like to donate spicy hot cocoa for the adults. It is a hot cocoa made with cayenne pepper. So it's pretty exciting, something new. But we are so thankful that they wanted to be a part of this and donate to such a cool event. We are doing something brand new with this event this year. This has kind of been my baby, my brainchild. We'll see how it goes. But I am working on putting together a children's Christmas art gallery that will be right beside Becky Brown Jewelry in the old hotel. And what I have done is I have sent out an email to the principals of the elementary schools in the area, asking them to let the teachers know, let the parents know that we're taking art submissions. So K through 5, it can be anything 2D or 3D, winter or holiday themed. So we want to fill that space with the art of our local children. On top of that, we're also doing Berea Christmas ornaments. They're going to be on cardstock. They can be decorated however anyone wants to. We're willing to send those out to the school. That was also sent to the principals. I'm still waiting to hear back on that. But they can decorate them however they want, and we're going to put a tree in there that is covered in nothing but Berea-themed ornaments decorated by our local children. So that's something I've been pretty excited about. You know, not only is that a good opportunity for our community, it's a good opportunity to boost tourism, because if you think of how many people are going to be here through that holiday weekend, all of a sudden, let's say I'm visiting and my niece or nephew has something, we're going to go to Old Town and see it. You know, we're going to support our family, and in turn, we're going to be supporting the community by showing up to these great events. So that's what I'm working on. Everything else here is just the norm. The last thing I wanted to mention, which is the last page of my report, is the Joyride campaign. I mentioned this just briefly in my last report, but this was part of the regional campaign where we are part of the Bluegrass region. This is something that everyone puts in for. The design for this campaign was absolutely stunning. So all of these were created for us. You can see a little bit, those templates that we have that have the photos in them, those photos are interchangeable. So we can really put anything we want in those. But they designed postcards, t-shirts, posters, a little bit of everything. And the entire Bluegrass region is done in this style. So everywhere someone goes, they can see these and see sort of the connection between all. So that's been a really cool project. We also do have a video ad that is currently showing on the History Channel and YouTube for the entire region. Any questions? That was quick. Quickest yet.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Any comments from the commissioners? I guess on anything, not just Danny's. Any other comments before we adjourn? If we have no comments, we have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn today's meeting.
I second.
Got a motion and a second. Any objections? Passes unanimously. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you for your time, everyone.